Let's fight. Let's fight, guys. Privileged to have each and every one of you with us this evening, wherever you guys are joining us from. If you're joining us from Facebook, the ghetto, if you're joining us from the suburbs, YouTube, or you're joining us from the Bel Air of this world, Twitter. Good to have each and every one of you guys. We trust you had a good day at work. You put in the work for the man. You earn the pay with integrity. You earn the salary with integrity. And we're happy to have you here. Some of you still at work, and we're yet grateful that you are joining us. Good to have all of you guys joining us in the ring, folks. You know what you got to do as we come on. And as you get to doing what you got to do, I am going to get to make sure my notes are set. Make sure my notes set so I'm giving you credible and accurate information. The folks put the information together for us, and we got to make sure that you get a credible and valid information, ladies and gentlemen. I am just making sure that I am set in mind. Good to have each and every one of you. I'm going to unplug tonight on some people. Paulette Graves, good to have you. We didn't plug on Paulette. And just giving Paulette a shout out. Roxanne Odessa Jacobs, good to have you as well. And Carlos Malcolm joining us from New Jersey, Orange. And Diane Fordyce and Lily McGarrell, Philo Asang, and Ganesh Mahi Paul is in the ring. Let's fight, Ganesh. Let's fight. Let's fight these Jagabats. Cheryl and Haywood and Lily McGarrell and Dolores and all of the other folks there. Roxanne, again, Alicia Joseph. Guys, good to see all of you here. Mark Allman, Petal Torn, Tremaine Graves Andy joining us there in the suburbs. She's on YouTube. And Lita Bastio, good to see you. Sudan Supdio present. Good to see all of you guys there. Gavin Holder and Rose Chappelle. Gwyneth Jones and Marcia Griffith present. Guys, good evening to each and every one of you. I want to check something before I give you all some wrong information. And you all know we only want credible comments. No Jagabat comments. No trenchy comments. Credible comments and valid viewers. I want to check a notation on our page, because I want to make sure that when I give you this information, I give it to you correct. Leave somebody screenshot it and say, hey, watch, he lying. The critics of this world screenshot and say, hey, watch, the man lying. So last night was a big program for us, and I want to confirm the viewership. Folks, 30,000 persons watched our program last night, and I'm checking the views as they are currently. 30,000 persons thus far has watched last evening program, and we're getting bigger, and it's because of you guys, because you keep showing up. I can't get rid of Andrew Cosmort for some reason, and Janet Edwards. Why I can't get rid of y'all? Janet from East Ramville, and Stefan Jarvis and Muriel Jones. I can't get rid of y'all. 30,000 viewers. Guys, I want y'all to share the program. Could we beat last night's viewership? That all depends on you and how much you guys share the program. I think we can beat last night's viewership. 30,000 persons between here in Guyana and in the diaspora watched our program, watched our hot topics, watched the interview with the Honorable Godwin Friday, the leader of the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And guys, so many shares, so many emojis, so many comments. I went back and saw the big fight. While we in the ring fighting, some of y'all ringside, fighting the trenches, fighting the Jagabats. Gloria Fraser, Destiny and Destiny, Sharon Shepard, Edwin Best, Miss Cummins, Rowena Cummins. Fight them in the comments there, man. Good to have each and every one of you. Welcome to the trenches. Welcome to the Jagabats. Welcome to our PPP fans. Welcome to those who joining us in the diaspora. Welcome to each and every one of you guys. Good to have you guys here with us. Hope you guys have had a good day. Hope you take your pressure tablets, you drink your ginkgo biloba, you had your little tea and so on. Some of you now settling down from a hard day, like Marla Pandey and Alexis Arthur and Lily McGarrell, Jennifer Hazel, Vanessa Hackett, and Lily, Gulliver, Althea Thorne, and Munishwar Narayan. Good to see you, Munishwar. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you there. Good to see all of you. Wendy McKenzie, Robin Norine as well, and Maureen and Melissa Smith. Guys, I want you guys to share this live stream. We gotta beat last night's viewership, and I think that we can do it. I think that we can do it. We're gonna be talking a little bit about Linden. Lots of stuff happening there at Linden. The Jagabats trying to infiltrate the Jagabats, but you know what? We can huff them from not eating. If you all know chess, we gonna huff them from not eating, folks. Good to see all of you. Good to see all of you there joining us. I want to do one thing else before we get into these hot topics this evening. One thing before we get into these hot topics. Let me just ensure that one thing before we get into the hot topics. And guys, in the meantime, I want you guys to share. Good to see each and every one of you. Good to see each and every one of you. Give me 1 second. Yeah, let me do some sharing of my. Let me turn this volume down. Yeah. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Faye Hart and Siobhan Fraser, Claudette Harry, Melissa McFarlane, and Kim Westmoreland. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Love having you guys in the ring. And let me make sure that I'm almost set, guys. Bear with me. Bear with the eye. Bear with the eye. Good to see some of you there. All right. Yes. Making sure that we are set. Bear with the eye, folks. Bear with the eye. Bear with the eye. Stanford McPherson and Allison Richards picking up on another screen here. Claudette Harry and Siobhan Fraser. Good to see all of you guys. Good to see all of you guys. Ensuring that we got the credible and the valid information, guys. Almost set. Give me 1 second. And let me make sure that I'm encouraging you guys to share the live stream, share back to your profiles, share back to your pages. Guys, we love having so many of you. Raul, Brando, Ramatar, good to see you, Raul, and Sean, Paul, and Lily McGarrell, Mark Allman again. Blessed child, bless us, blessed child, as you come through. Horace and Samuel Prasad and Siobhan Fraser. Yeah. Horace and popcorn ready. Is it Horace? Folks, the thing going by so fast. Horace said popcorn ready. Well, I'm happy about that. I am very happy that popcorn ready. I ready with the popcorn as well. Oh, the crosses. Marcel joining us there from, oh my God, from Essequibo. Ganish, how is that pronounced? Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Neville Kissoon and Wanda Apple. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good to see all of you guys. Alexis Arthur and George Braffett. Let me call some more names before we start. And Sharmila, Simon Carter, Onika Allen, Olive Phillips. Good to see all of you, man. Andrea Rollier and Lou Parkinson. Yep. Cuthbert again and Sydney Wilson. Oh my, good to see all of you guys. Love what I'm seeing. You guys share the live stream. You know, I see so many hundreds of you. So many hundreds of you. Colleen Isaacs watching from Toronto. If all of you, the hundreds of you share this live stream, folks, we can have a blowout audience this evening, a blowout program. And so that is my encouragement to each and every one of you, that you share the live stream. And I am just about ready to begin. Destiny says 50,000 persons here already. And Ganesh is saying, yes, it's quick. It's Scribble. Essequibo. I see even a translation for Essequibo. Guys, good to see all of you. Good to see all of you. Wherever you are joining us from this evening. Gloria Fraser, good to see all of you guys. I'm trying to keep up with all of these comments as they go by. Trying to keep up here, folks. Joycelyn Rose joining us from Brooklyn. Good to see you, Joycelyn, and John Raymond, Orin Barker, all of you guys. Simone Ben Williams, good to see you. Somebody made Simone a wife. Congrats, Simone. Siobhan Fraser, Alexis Arthur. Good to see each and every one of you guys. And I want you guys to share the live stream. Good to see you guys there. And I am just ensuring that I got my notes together. Guys, good to see all of you. I'm looking for a comment from myself to pin, but I don't know. It's so much of y'all. Y'all take over, man. Y'all take over, folks. All right. So I am ready to begin, guys. I am ready to begin my hot topics. We're gonna get the walkthrough. Oh my Lord. Guys, if you all see a comment from me, tag me back in the comment. I'm looking for that comment, guys. Now we have the hot topics, guys. Signs of the times as we come on. Signs of the times as we come on. Watching the trenches. Signs of the times. Again, folks, welcome in the ring. We trust you guys have had a good day at work, at school, at play, whatever you did today. Hope you all aren't wrong nobody. Hope you all are living respectably, right? And you're being kind to your neighbors. Good to see all of you again. Let's get through some of the hot topics, folks. Signs of the times. Signs of the times. It's all around us. All around us, folks. Signs of the times. All right. Let me get to it. I'm going to turn this down at my end here. And yep. Yep. Folks, I told you just yesterday that there was a toddler, a 10-year-old toddler, who went missing. There was a 10-year-old toddler who went missing, and that toddler was found. The name of that toddler is, let me get it right, is Anan Mangru. 10-year-old child went swimming in Hope Coker Channel, and along with some cousins, and unfortunately, young Anan Mangru would have lost his life so tragically there at Hope Coker Channel. And I wanted to give you an update. But no sooner was that happening, I think that was on Sunday, this young toddler as well, in a place called Pottsville in Kokwani, also lost her life. And I don't know if you can get a drowning that is more sad than the other one. But this toddler here, 18 months old, her name is Orinda August. According to the report, she was left in the care of two other siblings while her mother attended a funeral. She was left in the care of two other siblings while her mother attended a funeral, and she fell into a bucket of water and drowned. She fell into a bucket of water, ladies and gentlemen, and drowned. Folks, if you guys see a comment for me on my page, those persons who are viewing on my page, Sherry Avery Duncan on Facebook, tag me back in that comment. I want to pin it. So again, this toddler, Orinda August, fell into a bucket of water, left in the care of two older siblings, and in Kokwani, Pottsville on the Barbados River, lost her life. And so our thoughts and prayers go out to her family, to their family member, both Orinda August and Anan Mangru, and their family, their friends, and their loved ones. This got to be a very, very tumultuous time in their lives, where they would have transitioned life so young, haven't even started living as yet. And the other update I wanted to ensure that you guys have, we told you of this guy just yesterday who would have gone to the Harbor Bridge, the Mara Harbor Bridge, and parked his motorcycle and just jumped overboard. And his name is Delon Thorne. And we are informed that his body was found today by the Kingston seawall. So, that long journey from the Harbor Bridge to the Kingston seawall, Delon Thorne's body was found there. Folks, we cover some of the signs of the times, people losing their lives so tragically, like never been seen before. Maybe we have to get our own death announcement segment. But our thoughts and prayers go to Delon Thorne's family as well, and his loved ones, and we really and truly regret that these folks would have passed in this manner. That being said, folks, yesterday we told you of a policeman who had a brief period of illness and succumbed. I think that was Assistant Superintendent Rabindranath, if I am not mistaken, Rabindranath. And today another policeman collapsed and died. Another policeman, folks, collapsed and died at home after experiencing some difficulty with breathing. Can you imagine that? Again, so much sorrow so much sorrow in this country, so much sorrow in this land. And his name is Albert Ferreira. His name is Albert Ferreira, and he's a lance corporal, and he was last stationed, we're being told, at the Springlands Police Station. This is Region 6. Albert Ferreira, he is 44 years old, and that is the information that we have. He was experiencing a shortness of this like that. The report says that Albert would have collapsed in the hallway of his home around 5:30 a.m., where he was eventually pronounced to go out to all of these people. You know, when I see people dying like this, I say, and you see some, right? I made some comments the other day about CARICOM and so on. Lo and behold, I see this old jackabat, this old used tire trying to jump in my part. Not nonsense. People want state funeral. It's the wrong set. When you look and see, 10-year-old, 18 months old, in the flower of the youth as yet. And then you got some old used tires, some old jacobats. It's the wrong set of people. But folks, our thoughts go out to all of these families, the family of Albert. Our thoughts and prayers go out to them. Confusion powder. This is the whole PPP administration in confusion powder. Confusion powderism. Jermaine? Confusion powder, folks. It's the PPP. Confusion powder. Folks, look at this. You couldn't get to more credible sources. You couldn't get to more credible sources than, the majority of our reporters. Right? The majority of the media fraternity. I hear some things coming out of them. And Nazima, you got some folks, 1 and 2 over at Kaiser News, 1 and 2 at Newsroom, and so on. Confusion powder. We heard this story, money missing from the Ghana police force, up as reward perpetrators of the heinous murder. And then we heard some of that money had gone missing. And then we heard the case file had also gone missing for Harrison's murder. The case file, the case jacket, and what have you. Right? Well, all the reporters wrong. All the crime chief Blanham said, no, that is not so. He said the case jacket was never missing. He didn't bring the case jacket. Live stream. He didn't bring the case jacket and say, hey, case jacket. No. Missing where? No case jacket are missing. And then, folks, we got the acting police commissioner on the money issue. He said, no money is missing. No money is missing. Right? He didn't bring $3 million here. Right? These guys want you and trust them. You think it's so? Missing where? No. As we on the police force. As we on the police drone. Buy a drone to fight crime. I can see the first day, one wing gone missing. The little wheel on the drone missing, the camera missing. You remember Gary, the cocaine that was shipped to Belgium? The photographs that were wiped off in the scanner? Yes. I could imagine photographs going missing off of this drone. One wing, one by drone. Y'all could barely manage a car without crashing it. And no doubt this drone's about $38 million. I don't know why y'all want. Y'all remember Granger had said there were drones over his house taking out and his wife. I don't know why they want to, keep peeping in Granger bedroom, or who bedroom they want peeping in. Right? But the people want long-range drones. I don't know if this is Iraq, is Iran, is what? They want long-range drones. Now, you got cameras, right, that saw men shoot, that fellow, Roger Khan's colleague. City got smart cameras, and you can't find people with all them smart cameras. You going with drone up in the air. This country upside down. So I can't remember even seeing this drone show up live stream. So them boys want drone. Them boys want drone. Guys, share the live stream. Candace says, bear confusion. You're right. You are right. Attention. Closer to the front. Now, y'all look. Confusion powder. Confusion powder. Fraudulent advert. I want y'all to see them good. Good. Watch them good. The catfish crew, the Jagabats. Now, right? These four here get emotions. These four getting some serious motions, guys. Serious motion. Right? Now, your motion that was tabled against a no confidence motion was also tabled against Frank. Anti-crime going out of, that's why they want the drone. God, COVID going out of control to we're almost at 500 COVID deaths. We are at 499 as of today. 499. Frank, clueless people. And then you got the other one, Ben. He more clueless. Right? Why they in government, only God knows. But as I tell y'all, some people want state funeral. So, you got this Jacobot Nadir, speaker, right? He asked the clerk of the National Assembly for some information on whether these motions meet the required tests to be put on the order paper. He liked the response he gets from the clerk. It is clear. Because yesterday he said he was waiting for some information from the clerk. He liked the information. See, he got now for his own information. He got for a legal opinion from the Attorney General. Y'all ever see manners like this, people? Guyanese, whether you're at home here or you're in the diaspora, wherever the diaspora is for you, Region 11, you're in Brooklyn, you're in Queens, you're in Antarctica, you're in Canada, you're in Ontario, Nadia Seafood, Shane, wherever you are there. Claudette Singh, Claudette Harry, Ron Spencer, wherever you guys are this evening. The PPP speak AG for an opinion on two motions that concerns sanctioning two people. Outcome is going to be. Outcome is going to be. But these people think like we born big. These Jacobats think we born big. So you got this Jacobat Nadir, who going to the other Jacobat legal advice on what you think the outcome is going to be. Huh? It's sheer motions, people. It's sheer motions. Right? Toilet paper motions. When I hear the speaker talk, that's what I think about toilet paper motions. So I want to be surprised. Folks, I want to be surprised by these Jacobats. Right? All them is of the same color and hue. Same color and hue. So the speaker trying to show as though he's independent and he wants a broad view of I don't know. You got one paragraph for this motion, one paragraph for the next. And he got to get all this legal advice. Just now this man going to the CCJ and the World Court for advice on these two motions. Folks who are now joining us, welcome in the ring, guys. I want you to share the live stream. We invite you to share the live stream. You guys have got to pay the price of admission. Some of y'all want a lot of things free. Too many things free, and bad things might happen to some of you. Thanks for joining, folks. We move on. I told you before where COVID is. I told you before where COVID is. We're close to 500 COVID deaths. 499 as we come on. And the COVID numbers are going up. Just this week, I saw 2 communities asking for shutdown because they're trying to stem the COVID surge. And we're hearing locally about COVID now in children, right? And we know the administration was trying to hide this, right? We know the administration was trying to hide this COVID in children. But the thing come out because Guyana is small, right? Here a prayer saying today. Here a prayer saying today. Folks, y'all got to share this live stream. Prayer saying she see no reason. We almost at the middle of July. We're almost at the middle of July. All right? September around the corner. Prayer says she see no reason why. No reason why. For to these guys. Y'all notice I ain't take no ugly looking photograph. The way the media, the way some of the media, when they're depicting the opposition, they got to find the most ugly photograph of Duncan. So they look back 10 years ago when I had my face scrunched up. My face still is squinchy. And they published that. I picked the best photograph. But when I pick this photograph of Priya, I run into some problems. Let me tell you, I get distracted. I get distracted. I understand why Andre ended up taking one for the team. Some people asking, who is Andre? Who know? To flipping fast on Facebook. Twitter people would never ask me who is Andre. nor YouTube people. It's only Facebook then asking me who is Andre. Folks, if y'all know who's Andre, tell the other people who is Andre. So when I see Priya, like I never see Priya before. I see cover girl Priya. I start thinking of Duncan, you could take one for the team, but you could take one for the team. See, you look like, Priya look like a cover girl here, but you understand me? When I see this photograph of Priya, this thing took me far back, right? Let me show y'all how far this thing took me back. This thing took me back to my childhood, people. When I spot this photograph of Priya, that's how the OB is strong. That is how the OB is strong. When I spot this photograph of Priya, let me show y'all how far back this thing took me, right? One thing kept coming to mind when I saw this photograph. I want to show you guys what kept coming to mind when I saw this photograph of Priya. I said, Priya turn cover girl, right? This minister thing, I look like it walking out to Priya too much, but she might make it. She might make it a little bit someplace else, right? So look what I thought of when I saw Priya. I said, kudos. Whoever do Priya here, soon as Priya coming as minister, Priya doing up here and thing, but look what I thought about when I saw Priya.
Sassoon hair that looks like it's never seen a dryer, never been teased or mistreated. It's led a protected life. Hair created at the Vidal Sassoon Academy, the world-famous center for hair care. Created at home with Sassoon shampoos and conditioners, with a protein and moisturizer complex protecting hair to its cuticle edge. So there's no brush it can't handle, no dryer it can't shrug off. Hair protected by the Sassoon Protection System. Professional care for your hair. Sassoon hair that looks like it's never seen a dryer, never been teased or mistreated.
People, I see Aliyah Waldron. Aliyah asking me, Duncan, like you fall in love with Priya. It's not me. It's the things the OB strong. Folks, the OB strong. You understand me? Priya now get minister. Priya get big work. I never see Priya looking so good. I now got to give Priya a second look. I said, is this Priya for truth? Or she cousin Savitri? I don't know. But I got to check myself. You understand me? Boss, if you're watching, say a prayer for the eye. Say a prayer for the eye. Folks, good to have so many of you. We're almost through our hot topics, and I'm almost ready to bring my guest on this evening. Pocketory. That's why I almost end up in. When I saw Priya under here, I saw Priya under here, boy. Pocketory don't come down, end up in. But, yeah. Pocketory. Now, this is Garden. Garden wasn't having it this morning, people. Garden alerted me to this. Garden was not having it. Right? Garden was not having it. So, the Ministry of Housing had a housing drive in Linden. I know how to turn up in Linden. That's what made my guest talk about Linden. I know how to meet there. But we can talk about that. And it's like COVID don't exist. It's like, this is today, people. The government continues to breach its own COVID regulations. Its own COVID regulations. So this is what Garden said. Right? So y'all don't trenches, y'all don't abuse me, y'all take on Garden. Right? Big Uncle Garden. Right? As y'all know, Garden is from Linden. I was born in Linden as well. Right? But things are hard and I beat out. I make myself suffer. Here Garden said you have to really feel sorry for the folks at the Ministry of Health and their efforts to fight this pandemic sometimes. I am still trying to understand why the housing ministry, in the midst of a pandemic, when we are seeing increased cases of deaths in every region, remember Priya said school opening in September, in every region, continues to insist on hosting these big tent events with hundreds of people to share land, title, and houses. This is big Uncle Garden. He says the photo below is from Info 10. It's a news publication out of Region 10 of a housing event happening today at Linden. Yeah, Linden in Region 10. Same region with the lowest vaccination rate and where the case count and deaths have been increasing. This government is out of its flipping mind. It is out of its mind. And folks, while we are there, the minister within the Ministry of Housing, the minister is within the Ministry of Housing, in giving a little speech as though she was Santa Claus, Miss Susan Rodriguez, right? She said, "Yeah, better work with we. Y'all ain't doing we no favors." This is your attitude to the Lindeners, right? Y'all better work with we. We ain't doing y'all no favors, right? And I think this, let me tell you where this reporting is coming out of. This is coming out of Big Smith News. Work with we. Y'all ain't doing we no favors, right? This is the minister to Lindeners. Work with we. Folks, as you come on, share the live stream and help me welcome my guest this evening, the one and only Mr. Jermaine Figueria, who is joining us. MP, a very good evening to you, sir.
I hear you beat out from Linden. Things get more hard.
Good to see you, champ. Now, let's pick up on this bit with the minister. Right? Let me read what she said. Let me give you some more context to that. So, of course, they're in Amelia's ward. I don't know why they like Amelia's ward. Bishop Edgil likes Amelia's ward. Irfan, like he following it too. Something in Amelia's ward attracting these guys. I know if it's the hair or the people there, what, but something. So here's what she said. She said, "You are not doing us a favor. You're helping yourself." Right? I said, like Susan gonna have the rockers here. You ain't doing no favor. Right? So MP, what is happening there in Linden? And while she was trying to dazzle in that way, I remember some of the things that have been happening in Linden. And Member of Parliament Jermaine Figueria, I want to draw them back to your attention, right? Because we Nano Paku, right? I want to draw to the public's attention some of the other stuff that has been happening there. But again, welcome MP Jermaine Figueria, and also the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, the new chairman. So congratulations on that front again, and welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you, brother.
What
in the ring, let's fight.
Let's fight.
Yeah. I noticed not only Priya has been using Vidal Sassoon shampoo, including the Minister of Housing too.
Oh yes. Money flowing, money making.
A lot of money and we gotta come through.
I can't remember them looking so nice in opposition. so while they're doing
they're alone getting the good life.
They're alone getting the good life. Accurate. While they're down there doing this drive, I want to remind members of the public, MP Figueria, some of what transpired since these guys touched down in Linden. You had, for instance, the St. John's Ambulance Brigade employees were fired. You had data entry clerks that were fired. You had, and they were from the National Data Management Authority in Linden. You had the Linden Board of Guardians directors, the Linden Enterprise Network directors fired as well, right? The Linden Hospital cut ties with several contractors, long-standing contractors. You had the Forester Security Service, their contract was cut. Double Team Taxi Service, their service was cut. Corbett Benjamin, his service was cut. The training nurses. So while they're giving with one finger, they're taking back with 10 hands. MP.
Gaisuko, guy workers were also fired from Linden. Don't forget that. So
what is happening on the ground there?
Well, I mean, we cannot just fly over. I know you would have mentioned the issue of the housing scenario that took place this morning, where Garden raised the attention to the public, the Guyanese population. I mean, Linden, and a matter of fact, Region 10 is by the numbers the lowest vaccinated region, and we have probably the third highest case of COVID in the country. So, as a prudent government, one would want to adhere to their own regulations, and you can see very vividly that the government has been breaching their own COVID protocols, and you are endangering the lives of people in a community that has the least level of vaccination.
Mhm.
So it's a frightening situation,
Yeah.
Shabbat. And when ones want to question why the opposition took the approach of leveling a no confidence vote against the minister of public health, then one can appreciate why today's very own example, besides they breaching their own COVID protocols, they are endangering the lives of Guyanese. And that is what we have been saying. The ministers' handling of COVID. Three ministers, this man has the minister of Frank Anthony, the former minister of
Yeah.
Health Berry, the former minister of
All use
Spy
title.
Equipment. Yes. I mean, so not to say this guy is short of help, all of this help that he has failed the Guyanese populace in ensuring that the safety of every Guyanese is given the paramount um, attention that should be given. So you are endangering the people of Linden with the lowest vaccination rate, with nurses being having challenges with this new CEO. And most recently, he has instituted a security procedure. He's labeling it where every doctor and nurses entering the Mackenzie Hospital is now being checked while they go in, while they come out
Mhm.
at the emergency entrance. You understand? You close down the nursing school
Yeah.
where all over the world people are celebrating the frontline workers. But here we have a scenario where
We
Linden
boxing
Region
them.
10
We
has an
boxing them.
exodus. Yes, there has been an exodus of nurses, trained, qualified nurses leaving the profession, leaving the country, going to the UK to work. And you have this situation where people aren't vaccinated, and yet still the government, who's responsible for public health, is endangering the people, putting them all in a crowded environment where the prospects of contacting this disease is significantly increased. So we are in a dire state, and I believe the no confidence motion against the minister of health is timely, and we are of the view that if good conscience, if a conscience vote is to be taken, definitely he will um, get the no confidence vote in the majority in the National Assembly. He has failed the
Yeah,
nation.
yeah, and German, these guys are trying to behave as though they've always loved Linden. They want us to talk about these nurses who they're trying to tell us Linden got too many nurses. You understand? Linden got too many nurses to be shutting down this nursing program partially. But I can remember the days in the not so distant past when yourself and Sharma Solomon had to fight these guys, right? And Linden was on a lockdown because they were not giving Linden any attention. So when the minister talked about giving couple house lots now, what did they do in 23 years in government? What did they do for Linden?
Yes, and some of the very houseless they're issuing are the remainder that we didn't have the opportunity to issue out persons who would have applied since 1996, years, decades ago. Some of them are now being enriched. Listen, we are thankful that our people are getting house lots, but don't endanger our people. Don't put them in a situation where they could be contaminated with COVID. Now you
Mhm.
are issuing a house lot or a land title. We have a Department of Housing right here. I mean, common sense is indeed not common. If you are issuing 50 house house lots or titles, just
Yeah,
send it to the Department of Housing in Linden and tell it, call it, let it the staff call the people and say, listen, we have this. You could come with this hour. within this specific time range and come uplift your facility. All week they can do that. But
Mhm.
I don't know why would they want to put all these people under a tent so
Because
close
they're
to them
clueless.
together.
Because
You
they're
understand?
clueless.
It,
And
it,
then,
it,
and
it's
yeah,
senseless.
and then MP, I am also hearing that the cost of land is higher than under the APNU AFC government. I'm hearing we charge $100,000 or somewhere there above because of the economic circumstances that the PPP got Linden under. They're charging 175, 300,000, 350, as much as $700,000, while they have fired hundreds of persons from Linden. It's madness.
Sherrod, if Bora gone up, if cabbage gone up, cost of living has gone up, and now you're making life even more difficult for people by selling these lands at exorbitant prices. And moreover, they can't even, a lot of people who have the desire to go and build, they can't because the raw material, the hardware, steel, cement, all of the building materials are skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So people are, and then you haven't given these very public servants who want to build their homes, the interest rate at the banks are ridiculously high,
Hmm.
and you compounding the issue after they would have waited some time to get these house lots by selling them at such high prices. They can't build.
Yeah.
Everything gone up,
Yeah.
and this is no exaggeration.
Yeah.
And then you didn't give them an increase in their salaries. Two budgets has passed. You came and
Yeah.
asked for supplemental.
Correct.
The
Correct.
vice president, the president, a set of
Correct.
ministers, the
Yep.
government said to this
Yep.
nation that the budget has an
Yep.
allocation
Yep.
for increases of
Yep.
public servant
In
salaries.
in
Where is the people salary?
in
Where?
line item 6141,
That
the
is correct.
fraudulent Jaguar said there is the money for the public servants there to date.
Yes.
The budget was
Yes.
passed early March to date. Nothing.
So you
Nothing for the
can't
public
give the
servants.
nurses, you can't give the nurses, the frontline workers who are facing this deadly virus on a consistent basis, where where the government themselves are endangering the lives of people, putting additional pressure
Yeah.
on the nurses and the frontline
Yeah.
workers. But you
Yeah.
don't see the need to increase their salaries, but you see the need to give the sugar workers alone an
Yeah.
increase two times.
Yeah.
So the question is, where is the priority for the people of Guyana? The
Where is the
people
love?
who keeps the engine of government running, which is
Mhm.
the members of the public sector.
Yeah.
They are the engine that keeps government run. All of the ministries, the
Yeah.
departments, all of the different agencies that makes government work. You are denying them of an increase after we would have passed two budget, and you promise them an increase.
Yeah.
But no, you give it to the sugar workers, and we are producing sugar far more than we are selling it.
Yeah.
So we are
Yeah.
subsidizing rich nations. The all the people in Europe who we selling the sugar to, paying cheaper for it than us.
Yeah.
And we have to pay over $200 for 1 pound of sugar. So you're putting money in a black hole. Now, no, we're not saying don't treat the sugar workers with respect. We're saying use common sense. Now, there you can redivest the investment in Gaisuko by planting other crops. In Grenada, for example, the third largest revenue earner in Grenada is soursop. Grenada don't have lands like we have here in Ghana. Use one of the estates and plant soursop. Plant peppers, Scotch bonnet peppers, one of the largest revenue earners in Jamaica.
Mhm.
We have skilled farmers, we have arable lands, and it wouldn't cost you billions of dollars
Yeah.
every single month to join into an agency that is failing the
which is
Guyanese
which is
people.
what we are doing at Wales. They said they're gonna reopen Wales. Wales are reopened yet. They're gone with now gas ashore, but that's another story. They're gone with gas ashore now, and as you're talking there, MP, about fairness. Now, if you go through Linden and you talk with people, for instance, let's start with the COVID cash grant. You have horror stories, right? But they're now
Yes.
in Linden trying to say we love y'all. Take a house land that a house lot that you can't build because, as you said, the interest rates, and plus there's no a bigger salary. every year under the Granger administration, you had raises in salaries every year. 2 budgets later, we are still waiting. And then when you come to the flood relief, Linden people got the same issues, MP, the same horror stories you can hear with the flood relief. And I am certain they're now talking about the school voucher and what's not. You can got more horror stories there because they aren't fair. They are not fair. They have never been historically fair to Linden.
That is true. That is absolutely correct. And we have people even today are still requesting. I mean, they still get all in the pink slip, Sherrod. They're still holding the pink slip. I don't know if they show up for this cash grant for education, if they will get it. Sometimes I wonder if this cash grant was really for the people, or was it to boost the the economy. That is definitely not a true reflection of growth that the people are actually feeling and experiencing. It is the friends and the cronies of the PPP who is claiming that the economy is good. But how is it that public servants who are the backbone of this economy, who pays the taxes, the government
Yeah,
would have increased their debt ceiling for external and internal loans to such re- significant percentages? It means that the very public servants who they have neglected 2 budgets and giving them an increase has to carry that burden to pay back those loans that
yeah,
the government will take. And yes, the government, we question why is it that they aren't using the monies in the natural
yeah,
resource fund. It is because they are borrowing loans on that. So the amount of loans that they will borrow as a result of them increasing the debt ceiling externally and internally, all the monies that they're boasting that we have in this reserve is basically gone, Sherrod. So it is fooling the populace as if they are concerned about the people. They're not, because
yeah,
the people aren't feeling the benefits of this government. Times rough. You say you
yeah,
beat out.
yeah,
You say you
yeah,
beat out the Linden. I tell you,
yeah,
it
yeah,
red in this community, and a lot of people under us who are living in the diaspora were excited under the coalition's administration. They had desires of coming home, and I would have spoken to many of them. They want to come back here no more. They see no hope
yeah,
for Guyana.
yeah.
And even professionals right here in this community and around Ghana
And
are
that is what we're
looking
hearing as
for
well.
the
Yep,
Exodus.
yep. Very well. Let me stick in two other things before we run out of program time. One has to do with the television station there, and the other has to do with the sports facility there, and one of the grounds, because we heard this installed minister of youth, sports, and culture say in one instance very publicly, we never give lights to that sports ground there, the Linden sports ground. We never give it lights. We never concerned about the sports ground. But you actually point out that the man is a damn liar.
Pathological. Listen,
Jesus.
I'm not surprised that the minister is unaware of what happened in the ministry that he's charged with responsibility. 2 budgets we would have debated, Cheryl, and you were there. The minister has never debated me as a shadow. Anything, any program or policy concerning his ministry. He keeps talking about election and rigging and
Mm,
nothing to say to this nation that he has a vision and a plan for the development of youth sports and culture in this country. Just recently with the supplemental, he came to the parliament and say these grounds are going to get $10 million and can't give a justification
on
of
what
the
basis? Yeah,
rationale with
yeah,
respect to how is it that $10 million will be given to each grounds. Every single ground that is the same issue, the same problem that you just willy nilly just say listen 10 million for you. How did you come up with this 10 million to be awarded to grounds? So the minister is daft, the minister is visionless, and he doesn't have a clue with what he's
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
Enhancing growth seems to be his flagship project.
yeah,
What has he done for the arts? I mean, you are not the minister of sports alone. You are the minister of youth.
yeah.
All the young people
Abandoned.
who are affected as a result of the closure of this this nursing institution, he has been silent on it.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
those young people
That's wicked.
who get who no longer can attend the public school for public servants, it's young people. He has not said anything about it. So the minister is visionless with respect to what he has to do. There's nothing going on to enhance craft, enhance the culture. What is Guyana known for culturally? He has an opportunity to create a
Yeah.
brand
Yeah.
Guyana
Yeah.
image,
Yeah.
just like Jamaica and Trinidad. They are known for so many things, and we have multi-talented people right here
Mhm.
in this country. Young people, all they need is a minister who has a plan, who has a vision for them, not to walk
Mhm.
around with a gun stuck behind his waist and
Yeah.
walking
Yeah.
as
Yeah. Wild
on
West.
you know.
Wild West. And on
eh,
and on that note, the television station, what is happening there? Because MP Figueria, credible sources told me that they're eyeing that television station to privatize it to some cronies, people who build in hotel and that kind of thing. They're eyeing it to privatize it. What's happening there? Who owns that television station there?
well, the thing is, the community owns the assets that are housed in the building
Mhm.
that NCN is operating in.
Mhm.
All of the assets belongs to Linden Broadcasting Network.
Mhm.
We have written to the minister, we have written to the board, we have written to the president to bring a conclusion to this issue, because one, all of the equipment they are using belongs to LBN, and they're not paying a rent to LBN.
Oh wow.
And we don't just want to just go in there and march in and take all the equipment and then there's a big confrontation,
Mhm.
because we have all of the legal documents of ownership. And that is why we say let us sit down as mature people, because we don't want a scenario to erupt where more lives are lost.
Yeah.
3 lives, and we are going to be celebrating the Linden Broadcasting
Yeah. And while we work that out, this government has become a bully because we're seeing the same thing, for instance, in region number 2. They've gone in there and they bully the people out of the Co-op Society building to put down the annex for the Ministry of, what do you call it, Social Services, whatever the ministry is. They bully them out of that. Now they've gone to Linden and they're bullying the people in Linden out of their rightful place there at the broadcasting entity. And as I said, we are hearing from credible sources, a lot of people, that they want to privatize it to the friends, right? Because Linden mustn't own its own television station. They ain't looking for privatized TV stations no place else, people. We're gonna have the MP back with us shortly. But Linden is with the eye because the wicked, the stink, and the dirty. That is who they are. The wicked, the stink, and the dirty. And God don't like ugly. He doesn't like ugly. And they want to stand up in the National Assembly through this jagabat of a speaker to say who is backyard bully. They are the real sanctimonious gangsters and the frontier and backyard bullies. That is who they are. That is who they are. And we're going to continue to expose. We're going to continue to expose them. Right? We're going to depose them as well. Grateful to have MP back with us. Yes, sir.
Yes. So yes, like I'm saying, the position with LBN is still not conclusive. But what we do know is that all of the assets that the NCN team at Linden is utilizing is assets that belongs to LBN, and we are still awaiting the response from the president, from the board, from the minister.
Mhm,
We are going to be writing the new PS again
mhm,
to reiterate to him the position of where we are and where we want to go,
mhm,
and we hope that some finality will come about as a result of this LBN station. A promise that that was on the backs of three young Lindeners, the
Mhm.
three Linden martyrs who were
Yeah,
murdered by the elements of the state, and we are saying that this television station has to be in their honor, and we
yeah,
will continue to fight and pursue this to the end until it actually belongs to the people of Linden.
yeah,
So that is where we are, and that's where we gonna continue to fight.
yeah,
Let me take this opportunity to invite in the ring yourself and all Guyanese who can avail themselves. We are going to be celebrating the remembrance of the Linden Martyrs on Sunday at the Linden Martyrs location. All protocols will be adhere to social distancing, masking, and everything. The thing we will be taking that into consideration. But we believe as Lindeners, we have to show our
yeah,
respect
yeah,
to the fallen soldiers who would have fought to and give the gravest of sacrifice in the struggle that we would have been engaged in, and we continue to engage in it, and we will
yeah,
forever keep their memory alive with every single year celebrating their contribution of giving their lives unwillingly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And as MP comes back, I wanna celebrate all of those persons there in Linden who have been part of this struggle, and in this country by extension, who has been part of this struggle. And you guys know I keep asking you guys, what are you willing to give for this struggle? And so I say to those folks, I celebrate you. And I want to say to those folks in Linden, especially, who might be down courage now, to hold strain, my brothers. Hold strain, my sisters. A lucha continua. The struggle continues. A lucha continua. The struggle continues. Hold strain. Whole strain. It is said that weeping might endure for a night, huh? But joy comes in the morning, and that the night is darkest just before the dawn, and that's where we are. Darkest. Y'all see purgatory, y'all see crosses, y'all see signs of the times. It's purgatory, purgatory. MP Fera, as we go, what do you say to the people of Linden this evening, by extension, the country, as we challenge these jagabats?
Well, we want the Guyanese people to be conscious of the realities that are before us, and it is why programs like this, where we can unplug and we can be honest and truthful about the realities of how Guyanese are affected, and not only Guyanese at home, but even Guyanese abroad, because the diaspora plays a pivotal role in Guyana as a whole, and we hold the view that we have a lot of incompetent ministers, but those who are outstanding are the ministers of health, the minister of
Outstanding in their incompetence.
in their incompetence, and that is why we would have leveled this motion of no confidence against them. We believe that the government is well, they try to make it secretive in setting up this regional task force. We believe that is a dangerous pursuit by this administration. We see that as another rebranding of the Black Clothes, the Death Squad, to intimidate and terrorize citizens of this
Yeah,
country.
yeah,
We want to encourage people. I mean, we're close to 500 deaths. If per capita, we're the highest in the region. COVID is real, and the government has failed to protect its citizens. We are saying in this region, Region 10 shared, where the vaccination rate is extremely low. We hold the view, and I would have engaged many residents to come to this conclusion, that if the government invests in buying the Cuban vaccine, we believe that the response will definitely be very positive from the residents of this community. They have a lot of question marks concerning the vaccine, especially the last batch that was purchased from the middleman. But we have engaged through our sojourns around this community and region, engaging with the people of this region, and they would have expressed the view, because we are concerned that our citizens have not taken the vaccine, despite all of our expressions to them to do so, because vaccination seems to be one of the measures to curb the spread of the vaccine, of the virus.
Yeah.
And they have said to us as leaders that if the government provides the Cuban vaccine, they would be more than willing to take it. And I don't know if the government will heed to the call of the people, because by the so many various examples, they have not. The public service has
Correct.
been calling for an
Correct.
increase, not provided them. The Linden nurses who were the opportunity of contributing to the health sector by attending the nursing schools, they have called for the government to reopen the schools so that they can have the opportunity to go and learn nursing. They have not. In many other instances, Sherrod, cost of living is significantly high and the government is doing nothing to cushion. I mean, gas has gone up. You know, every single day, every product in this country uh, that people need are going up on a consistent basis. And the government seems to care less about the realities of, and the hardship that people are
Yeah.
experiencing. They alone are experiencing the good life, and
Yeah.
we are saying it should not be. We as
Yeah.
a government would have raised public servant salaries over 70%. Every single year public servants had an
Yeah.
increase.
Yeah.
The pensioners
Yeah.
had an increase every single year while we in government. They have not gotten anything too. We cannot forget the seniors. We
Yeah.
know we constantly stress on the public servants because we understand the important
Yeah.
role they play with respect to the keeping government moving and the services that is need to keep the society functioning. So that's why we stress on them. But the senior citizens are also feeling the brunt
Yeah.
of the high cost of living that we're experiencing. So Guyanese must understand that you got to look beyond the clannish. I support this party and that party. Look at Guyana. Is this the Guyana you want to live
Misuse.
in?
Yeah.
Is this the Guyana you want to live in, where
Very well.
people feel safe? So we are saying, look beyond the politics of green and yellow and red and party affiliation, and be conscious as Guyanese and make those type of definitive informed decision. And that's why we commend you, Sherrod, and all of the other supporters of the coalition who gives the real perspective, the honest and hard truth that Guyanese must know and must hear with programs like these. So I salute you, my brother. I know some of the old tires have been trying to put a lash on you,
That's right. That's
but
right.
we are strong soldiers in the struggle. And the truth of the matter is, CARICOM has not been a a true voice for the region. They have failed us in many instances. They have failed the country, Haiti, that would have spiraled the revolution for
Yeah.
freedom
Yeah.
around this world. They have failed them many times. They would
Yeah.
have failed Guyanese, who would have had to sit on benches in Trinidad, in Barbados. Where was the voice for
Forgot about those
CARICOM?
things. Yeah.
They might
Forgot
not
about
like
those
how
things.
you craft your words, but the truth is they would have failed this region. They would have failed many countries. They were voiceless when their voice needed to be heard.
Yeah.
So we are at least concerned with some of the critics, but that is the most constructive and honest criticism of CARICOM. They have to step up and
Yeah.
do what is expected of them as a leading body in this region. And they would have failed many nations in this country. So
Well
so
said.
so
Well said.
we
MP
must move
Figueira, I
on. The
love.
struggle
Yeah.
continues.
A lucha continua. I love what you said earlier on that this installed regime, the Ali Jagyo regime, has failed to keep our people safe. And that is the greatest failure of any government. They have
Yeah.
failed to keep their own people safe. MP, I want to thank you for joining me this evening again and walking us through and keeping us focused and highlighting what's happening on the ground there in Region 10. Thanks very much, sir.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to be in the ring, Sharon. Thank you.
Awesome. And folks, as we go, thank you, MP Figueira, Jermaine Figueira, who is the MP representing Region 10, and also he is the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee of the
Yes,
National
sir.
Assembly. And as we go, folks, why not a word from our sponsors?
Planning to buy or build your dream home or even get that dream vehicle? Are you a member of the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union? Well, the wait is over. They're affording their members the opportunity to secure residential mortgages up to $50 million, starting at a matchless interest of 3.5% per annum, and vehicle loans up to $5 million at 1% of the reducing balance. Don't be stuck in that waiting position. Call them on telephone numbers 225-7876, visit their website at MyGPSCCU, or their Facebook page at the Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited. Your wait is over.
Sanitize, social distance, wear your mask. Don't get like the people at housing and the people that sleep in. Practice all of the COVID protocols that are in place for your health and your safety, that of your friends and your loved ones. Thanks for joining us this evening, and do stay safe, folks. Stay safe. See you.